Hello to all the cadets. It is AD with Astrology, and I'm going to be doing your pick a card reading, guys. Today we are going to be looking at what does your future self have to say to you, guys. This is going to be a Kosmo quickie and probably one of my quicker ones because I am having so much issue with my storage and I don't know why. It literally popped up out of nowhere. I lost like 6 gigabytes of data. I have no idea what's going on. So I'm going to power through this reading. I apologize in advance that I can't spend more time, but I did want to give you something for Valentine's Day. My little sister was like, you need to post it. And I was like, I'm going to try, but hopefully we get through as much as we can today. So please take a moment to meditate. I apologize in advance if this video gets cut off. I don't know. The devil is working so hard, but we are going to get into it. So this is part 1. Pile 2, pile 3, please take a moment to meditate, hit pause if you have to, and I will meet you over at your piles. Thank you so much. Peace, and I'll see you soon. Okay. No. Alrighty. Hello, my pile number oneers. Hello, my pile number oneers. It is AD with Astrology, and I'm going to be doing your pick a card reading. This is if you pick the first card. I'm not even gonna try to say that. Dragon. Welcome to the reading, guys. Yeah, so I mentioned this. I'm having some issues on my storage, so this is going to be like one of the quickest Cosmo quickies to grace this planet. So I apologize in advance for having to blaze through this, but we are going to be looking into what does your higher self have to say to you. So without any further ado, guys, let's go ahead and hop into your reading. So I'm going to put that down there and let's get into it. I already pre-shuffled all of the cards to save time. So let's see, what does your future self have to say to you? Capricorn, I use. So with this, I just feel like Capricorn, traditionally ruled by Saturn, I am getting disciplined. So you might be in a situation where you're doing things that you might not want to do, but they are working for a higher purpose and they're working towards a higher good. So whatever it is that you're investing in right now, pile 1, it is going to pay off in the long run. That is something that your future self wants to say, that this is not for waste. Capricorns do not waste time. So if you feel like you're in the midst of doing something that is wasting your time, you will find out in due time that it will be time well spent, and it will actually prepare you for something that Spirit has in store for you a little bit later. Aries, I love this. And then we have North Node, Life's Purpose. Yes, you are charging towards your life purpose. You might not know it yet, my pile 1 people, because I do sense with Aries there is a level of impatience, even with freaking Rahu here. Also known as the North Node. So I just imagine that, like, some of you could have a Saturn. I know somebody who probably picked this pile who has a Saturn Rahu conjunction. And basically that just means even if you don't have that conjunction, because it is quite rare, but if you do have it, or if you have like Rahu and a Saturn in like Aquarius or in Capricorn, I just imagine that you are putting so much effort into something. You're waking up every day, you're putting your energy into something, and it just doesn't feel like it's paying off. You know, there's so much that you want to do, you want to explore, but you feel really constricted. And your higher self is saying, hey, listen, this is all putting you on a direct path to where you're headed. It doesn't make sense right now, but you're actually moving in the right direction. Keep following your impulses. Keep following your instincts, okay, guys? And use what you have to get what you want. You are in the midst of finding yourself and developing yourself. Really strong first house kind of self-discovery. So all throughout the work, maybe you're finding out things about work, things that you like about work, things that you don't like about work, things that you like about money habits, things that you don't like about money habits. You could be learning about financial institutions. You could be learning about business, whatever it is that's very Capricornian status, just the world in general. You're going to be carving away and making a space for yourself. And so that's really super exciting. So your future self definitely is like, hey, you might not see it yet, but you are actually on the very best path that you could possibly be on in order for you to get to where you are destined to go. It's destiny, it's fate. And so stay passionate, stay hungry is what I'm hearing, because it is going to pay off. Even though you're in this little slow energy right now, it is actually going to pay off for you greatly in the grand scheme of things. So let's move into your tarot. So we have the High Priestess. I'm getting strong Pisces energy represented here, but the High Priestess, the Princess of Cups, the Knight of Swords. So I really do feel like your intuition is definitely telling you, not your intuition, your future self, excuse me, or your higher self, or however you want to look at it. Your future self is telling you to keep following your dreams. You know, there's things that you don't know right now because you're still young. And it doesn't even matter where you are in your journey. I just imagine a sense of youth, right? That you will see in due time with the Capricorn. It does tell me to be patient, to remind you to be patient, because all of this is leading towards something, and your spirit is guiding you in ways that you cannot see, and things are unfolding for you that you cannot see, that are just beneath the surface, that are actually going to help you develop, and that are going to help you I just heard be a really great communicator. So some of you guys are studying something in communication, but you're going to be able to share your ideas and share your thoughts. This all matters. The experience that you're in right now that you feel like is dragging you down, it is so important. It matters. I just feel like every step matters is what your future self is telling you. The Nine of Wands, wow, the Magician, and the Nine of Pentacles. So double nines. So you are on so nines are signs of completion. So I do want to say that there is freedom that is coming in a while. We have the Magician, Aries, more Aries energy here. So you're in the process of creating, really being quite secure in yourself. You don't know this yet. I feel like you're in the midst of discovering self. Like I said, with Aries, I am, and North Node, you're in the midst of discovering yourself, but you're actually manifesting some really powerful things and actual security. So with these double nines here, you're actually closing out a cycle, my pile number one people, and you're going to be put into a very new experience. You might not know it yet, but whatever steps that you're taking right now, your future self is saying that it's very important, because wherever you're headed, you're going to need to be secure in yourself, and you're going to need to learn how to follow your instincts and, you know, really learn to listen to your intuition. And so this is an important part of your leg of your journey, because it helps you get more comfortable in your own skin, and you won't be any type of successful anywhere if you're not comfortable in your own skin. So I do feel like your future self is letting you know, pile one, that you are actually in the midst and you're on the path of self-discovery. And now I'm being drawn to this green energy. I heard emerald, so maybe emerald means something to you, but also the heart chakra. So you're opening up different spaces to yourself, and this is going to be important when it comes to partnerships. But in order to meet new people and get partnerships, learn how to communicate, you really want to come in with your best self and your most secure self. Of course, that'll be challenged at times, pile one, but I do feel like your future self is like, hey, right now you are getting so comfortable in your own energy that when obstacles come your way in the future down the line, you'll look at this period and you'll be like, I was able to overcome this. I'm so secure in myself. I'm so sure in myself. I don't need to be in codependent relationships. I don't need to be kissing somebody's ass in order for validation, for approval. I know what I can do. I know what I bring to the table. And this is just structuring that part of you, whatever it is that you're working towards accomplishing, which is super cool and healthy. Oh my gosh, I didn't even see this. So we got the Ten of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, really strong Virgo energies here, guys. Even more Capricorn. So you have Virgo and Capricorn. So this is like my earth pile. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles. Honestly, I thought this was the Seven of Pentacles, to be to be fair. But you know, anyways, so I'm not surprised to see it, because there is a level of patience that's required. We have Saturn and Taurus represented, so this is going to take a long time. But whatever it is that you're building, your future self is very comfortable. So I do want to say that this future self that we've tuned into, pile one, money, comfortable, stability, has a financial savings account, has an A1 credit score. This is a very earth energy focused, you know, type. You might not, again, I can't help but say your future self is like, you don't see it yet, but all of these moves that you're making, everything that you're learning, everything that you're taking in, all of these investments that you're making in yourself, more Virgo energy, it's actually going to land you straight on the pinnacle, and you are manifesting, you are in the process of manifesting some magnificent wealth for yourself, for you to be more than comfortable. You're going to be more than comfortable, okay? Some of you could be multi-millionaires. Others of you are just going to have a very lovely retirement saving. Like, money is just not going to be an issue for you, because you are learning the tricks of the trades in order to have the best money that you can have. So I do want to say that this future self that I'm talking to, pile one, has some moolah. Okay, they are not hurting for money. They've saved money. So I do want to say your future self could definitely have a very lovely, awesome career, and build a nice status and reputation for themselves. Others of you, it really depends. If you're not on the ambitious tribe, I really feel like you'll be well taken care of, or you'll be able to take care of yourself in quite an interesting way, whether you're self-made or you run your own business. I just see money coming in for you. A lot of Sagittarius energy, so you're super blessed. I just think that this phase that you're in right now that feels quite restrictive, Pile 1, it is not actually as restrictive as you think it is, because it is preparing you for future success, and you're going to want every bit of it. So these outside corners, the High Priestess, Knight of Swords, 10 of Pentacles, and the 7 of Pentacles, I feel like a lot of you in your heart or in your soul know that you're going to have money and that you're going to be wealthy. And so this is just confirmation that you are. So whatever it is that you're going through right now, even if you're going through financial difficulty or financial strain, just keep in mind that Spirit is always constantly leading you to be in a financially secure space. Even if it's going to take time, though, it is going to take time to build. It's not going to be like you wake up overnight and then you're like this multimillionaire. It definitely does not feel like you hit the lottery, but it does feel like you're willing to do the work, to have a very substantial next financial chapter of your journey, wherever you are on that journey. So even if you're older and you're just like, I've freaking blew through my savings, I don't have shit for me, my credit score is bad, even if all that's okay, if you start to make the decision to manifest a better financial self for yourself, a better financial future for yourself, that's a better way to word it, excuse me, then if you start taking those steps, then you are really going to be able to overcome any financial obstacle that you have. Because this self that I'm tuned into, Pile 1, this is a very financially affluent and steady self. So moral of the story, your future self wants you to know, first things first, you're wealthy. Second thing second, even though it feels like you're wasting your time right now, you're really not, because you're learning absolutely valuable information, and you're on a journey of self-discovery to learn how to express yourself when it comes to, your financial stability and your financial savings. And that's a really important leg of your journey. So although this doesn't seem to be like the most fun or exciting reading, to be quite honest, especially starting off with Capricorn, not trying to be funny. I have a lot of Capricorn energy, so this is no shade, no tea. But especially starting off with Capricorn energy, I just really get that this isn't the most fun time in your life. It seems very dull. It seems very boring, if you will. It just seems like you're just going through the motions of work, of school, and you're just kind of like, does this pay off? The absolute answer to that question is yes, it absolutely pays off, Pile 1. So although it might not be the most fun period, this is going to pay off big time, and you are going to be more than financially secure. So that is really what your future self has to say to you. So let's go ahead and move into your oracle. So we have to be fair, 38, and expect powerful change. So things are going to change. You're not stuck in this loop forever. I feel like a lot of you are like, is this what life is? Work, especially with all this Virgo energy. Virgo energy is all about the day-to-day, daily routine. You're like, is this it? Is all life is just a big freaking routine, do the same shit day in and day out? I'm here to tell you, Pile 1, no, that is not the case. You are definitely going to be in a position to spice things up for yourself. So just be mindful of your journey and what you have in store for you, because it is going to balance out. You will have more fun and play. But right now you are paying your dues. When I first saw this card, I'm like, you are paying your dues. You're paying your karma. This is karmic, especially with the Libra, Capricorn, Saturn energy. This is karmic. So you are meant to take this journey. Perhaps in a past life or something, you blazed through money and you didn't have a respect or appreciation for it. So this life, you work for every freaking thing that you have, or you're just in the process of working towards a goal. You're learning discipline. So that's really what I'm getting for you, Pile 1. Wow, so powerful message. Again, I'm sorry I'm having to blaze through this. I wish I could spend a little bit more time, but I think that this was a full reading. So I hope that this made sense to you, Pile 1. Please don't forget to check out the description box below so you can follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter. I have a lot of fun on Twitter. I wish more people would follow me on there. So if you do have a Twitter, please follow me on there. And yeah, please check out my music. I'm going to be dropping that link in the description box below too. So thank you. Peace. Until next time, let's keep it pushing. Ugh, I hate this. I hate having to run through these things, but here we are. All right. Hello, pile number 2. It is AD with Astrology, and I'm going to be doing your pick a card reading. Today, we are looking into what messages does your future self have for you. Guys, I am saying off the rip, sorry, I do have to do a disclaimer. I'm running low on space and I don't know how to fix it. And so I'm having to blaze through this reading. So I pre-shuffled, got all the cards together. So we're just going to hit the ground running, guys. So I apologize for talking really fast. So yeah, but let's go ahead and get into it. All right, my pile number 2 people. So we're starting off with this beautiful chameleon. So I do want to say that that energy tells me that your future self is telling you that a lot is going to change. This future self lets me know that a lot has changed from where you are presently to where you're going to be. Oh, yes, Sun, Spirit, strong Leo energy. Yep, Grand Cross Provoker. Things are definitely going to be changed in third house messages. So we also have Gemini energy represented here. So I really feel like, with this, your future self really wants you to be careful with how you are talking to yourself. A lot of you could be in the midst of this Grand Cross Provoker where you're just really feel like you are just nailed against the cross. Like you are just like, I'm being pulled in every freaking direction and I don't know what to do. I don't know who I am. I don't know what's going on, That might be too extreme, but this is a big energy. Excuse me, I want to say that this is all helping you develop a better relationship with your ego. I feel like your future self is telling you that it's time for you to change your stripes, change your colors, for you to grow, and really focus on how you communicate with yourself and how you receive messages. The other thing that I want to say to you, pile 2, also is that you really need to share your messages. So if you speak to yourself in a negative light, then that means that you think that your ideas and what you have to say is negative, but that is not the truth. I think that you have a lot of power and a lot of shine and a lot of sway in how you communicate and how you direct things and direct people. So really strong energy. So I really want you to work, pile 2. Well, of course, we're going to look at the tarot, but off this, I'm getting a very strong energy. It's like you have to really learn how to better communicate with yourself and be more forgiving and understanding with yourself than you have been, because you have wonderful ideas. And once you share those ideas, then your ego is going to improve, but you have to start that work first. So let's get into it. The 6 of Cups. The Star. I really love that. And the Magician. Woo! Okay, so this future self of yours, it really does feel like they have accomplished dreams, major dreams. The Hermit, the Empress. Okay, and even with that Sun card, if you are somebody who really wants to have some level of fame or notoriety or have eyes on you, it could be because you're talented. Like, for instance, I'm a singer, right? I don't necessarily aspire to be famous, but in order for me to make money for my job, I have to have an audience, right? So I kind of get that. Like, you might not aspire to be famous, but whatever it is that you want to do, you're going to need people to look at you. That's the only way you're going to get paid. So I do want to say that this future self that I'm tuned into, this timeline, they definitely were able to manifest and make their dreams, their childhood dreams come true. That is this top line, point blank, period. But a lot of it comes from, again, doing the freaking work, okay? There's work that you have to do, my pile number 2 people, from your future self. And it has to do everything with your confidence in how you view yourself and how abundant you are, and truly believing in the gift that you have to turn, to turn dust into gold, or lead into gold. So you have to start giving to yourself in a better way. Wow, the Chariot, the Universe, and the Queen of Cups. Wow. Such powerful energy. So this future self, for some of you, this future self has a baby. So if that's something that you've been wanting to do, if that's your childhood dream, then I definitely see motherhood. I definitely see a child on the verge. So yeah, I see pregnancy. So this future self is either they've accomplished their dreams and now they're pregnant, or their dream was to have a baby and now they are doing that. So they're really excited about that. I do want to say that Your future self wants you to step out in the spotlight, come out of this hermit shell and step into the universe so you can claim what is rightfully yours. I do feel like pile number 2, you have potential here. This future self has potential to be a household name or just really recognized for whatever niche work that they do. But you have to invest in yourself. You have to invest in your talents in order to get that recognition. I do feel like there's a very creative side of you that, you know, this spirit that your future self wants you to tune into, and let your intuition and let your feelings continue to guide you. Some of you guys really pin up some beautiful feelings that you have, and the reason you experience them is to actually share them with other people, and you will be recognized. So my pile number 2 people, you are highly influential people, particularly if you want to do something later in life that has to do with philanthropy. So I do want to say that this person, this future person that I'm speaking to, they're very philanthropic. They love to help people. They're all about community. They're all about giving back. If you don't have your own physical child, a lot of you do, but if you don't, then you're just like a mother to many. You know, you're very giving and kind and understanding. And so I do feel like your future self is telling you to revisit a childhood dream that you've had, and make that happen. I feel like some of you have been very confused about what you wanted to do, what your next steps are. And your next step is to get out of your own way, work on how you talk to yourself. This future self is extremely confident, well taken care of, okay? Like, this future self is very cocky, very happening, and constantly on the move. This person is traveling, but most importantly, this person is recognized. And so I do think that you need to fake it till you make it is what's up. It made me chuckle. Your future self was just like, man, if you don't start faking it and pretending to be who it is that you will become ultimately, then you'll never get to the status. But this is all about status. It's funny because my pile 1 was about wealth. I'm not necessarily seeing wealth here at this point in time. I'm seeing abundance, right? Depending on what it is that you're looking for. But for you specifically, I'm seeing fame and recognition. So that's not to cancel out that you don't get wealth. I'm just saying in context of this, it looks like you get some awesome fame and recognition for what it is that you're doing. So this is my superstar pile. So your future self is definitely a superstar. And even if it's not on like a grand scale, even if you're not trying to be Rihanna, you are going to be very highly recognized in whatever work you end up choosing to do. So your future self just wants you to continue. Check out how you look at yourself in the mirror and really start to just own this very impressive energy that you have that is just able to create. You are not giving yourself enough credit, and it is time for you to give yourself the credit that is due so you can break out of your shell and really go claim your crown, because you have one, pile number 2 for real. So your oracles, Yang, 1, go get that shit. Stepping into that masculine energy. Go get what it is that you want. The Chariot. Make this dream come true. You have a passion. You have a fire. It's not a childhood dream. It's not a joke. Take yourself seriously. Stop thinking that you're a joke. Take yourself seriously, because you are going to be successful. And you have words that matter. You have thoughts and experiences that matter. Writing, communicating, podcasting, Twittering, whatever it is for you. YouTube channel, whatever. But if you keep selling yourself short, then you will not be able to claim this magnificent future for yourself, because you have it. But you got to get out of your own way. You have to step out of the shadows and into the light so people can see you shine. So you're going to have to be vulnerable. So your future self is like, if you don't want to be vulnerable, then you won't get to this space. But the moment that you're vulnerable, life is going to open up for you. And then finally, we have the answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini. So a lot of Gemini energy. So you could be a Gemini or a Taurus watching this video. So you might want to work in fashion, art, anything Venetian ruled, music, any of that stuff, film, television. I just feel like there's something very creative that you are meant to be doing, and the more that you sell yourself short, the harder it is for you the harder it's going to be for you to achieve that goal that you set for yourself. But it's yours for the taking, my pile number 2. So your future self just wants you to know that you have mad potential if you take it, if you put yourself out there, if you be vulnerable. You have mad potential to be recognized on a global scale, because this future self that I'm talking to is very famous, is very recognizable. So if that's not something that you want, then maybe you want to pick another pile, or this reading might not be for you, because this is coming through very clearly. But you are in the driver's seat. Put yourself in the driver's seat. is what I just heard from your future self, okay? So that is what I got for you. The answers you need are coming, which tells me that there could be an opportunity that's coming up for you that's going to put you on track. Take it. If an opportunity comes for you, take it. One more time. If an opportunity comes for you, take it, because this is the first step for you to achieve this level of success that you are seeking, my pal number 2, okay? So thank you so much for joining me. Again, I'm sorry I had to blaze through that, but I hope that you got a well enough rounded message. Please don't forget to check out the description box. Follow me on TikTok. Follow me on Instagram, guys. Yeah, and please check out my music if you haven't already. That link will be in the description box as well. But I appreciate you. Peace. Until next time, big changes, pile number 2. Big changes. All right. Pile number 3. Last, the final stretch. Let's get into it. Hopefully this does not get cut off. Hello to all my pile number 3 people. It is AD with Astrology, and I'm going to be doing your pick a card reading. Today we are looking at messages from your future self, guys. So thank you so much for tuning in. I'm having to blaze through this reading because I'm having issues with space and I don't know what to do about it. So I am so sorry, but this is going to be the quickest Cosmo quickie on the planet, okay? So let's go ahead without any further ado and get into it. Wow. So we have Mercury retrograde reinvention. So you could easily be reinventing yourself. And I do want to say, whatever it is that you're doing, you're going to be a beast. You're going to be a monster at whatever you're doing in the positive term. So I do imagine that as you're watching this video, pile 3, you could be in the middle of trying to reinvent yourself, figure out what is your next move, what is your next state, what are you going to do, Mars, force. You're very serious about it, extremely dominant. And as you move forward, this is a time to be aggressive and to act. So you are aggressively changing your reality because you're changing your mindset. And that is first and foremost. 11th house, friends, wish fulfillment, gains, okay? So you keep going. You kind of feel like pile 2. So if this cuts off and I can't do, then click to pile 2, because this is kind of a similar energy. I do feel like my pile number 3 people, you are in the midst of making some great connections that are going to help you. This future self that I'm tuning into feels extremely well connected, but it's because they forged those relationships themselves. This person did not hide. This person reinvented themselves. They strategized with Mercury, Virgo, Gemini here. They made themselves into something. They went after what they wanted, and that is how they were able to get their wish fulfillment. 11th house, Aquarius energy represented here. So we have Scorpio and Aries, Gemini, Virgo, Aquarius, okay? Yeah, pay very close attention to your connections and to your friendships and building a network of people. For some of you guys, I just heard fan base. So some of you guys need to be, this person has a very strong fan base, this future self that I'm tuned into. Let's look into it. So we have the Hierophant, the High Priestess. Ooh, the Sun. Oh my gosh. Wow. Major Arcana, really powerful. 10 of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, and the 5 of Wands. So I do want to say that your future self is like, I had to fight for everything I got. So that might sound like a lot of pressure, but I feel like you are a very feisty and fiery person. You have some Mars dominant force in you. This shouldn't intimidate you. If this intimidates you, then this might not be your pile. This might not be your reading, because you're not intimidated by this. You are willing to fight for everything that you want, and you are so sure of yourself. There's a cockiness that's coming from this combination. Taurus, Pisces, Leo, that's represented here, where you are very secure. This future self is very secure in the unknown and in the mystery of things. So I do feel like even though you could receive a lot of fame, this person that I'm talking to, your future self, they might have a lot of fame, but they are not in the spotlight. You know, people still don't know a lot about them. So, you know, this is very... I don't know, you're a very private person, which I love, but you're a very private, powerful person, my pile number 3 people. The 3 of Wands, the 8 of Swords, and the Knight of Wands. Okay. Your future self is a lot more serious than the other 2 piles. So if you want to pick another pile, you can. So this one definitely feels like, I do want to say that this future self definitely has a better financial standing than what you are in right now. Even if you're good financial standing, this will be better. If you're not and you're fighting with financial issues, different conflicts, and all that good stuff, which isn't really good. I do want to say that you will be moving on. A lot of you, this person, you know what? It's so funny. This future self moved. So I will say that you are in a different location than where you are right now watching this video. This future self literally packed up and moved somewhere. The Three of Wands, Knight of Wands, the Sun card, the Hierophant. They took their home elsewhere. And I feel like wherever they ended up moving, they're so comfortable. They're so secure in how they feel. Because there is a lot of chaos and drama kind of happening in the inner circle. But I feel like for you, this is kind of present. So it's weird. I feel like you and your future self are actually merging, pile number 3, in this really cool way. You're like meeting up with this timeline. Perhaps you recently watched a future self reading somewhere where you're merging with that person. But in order for you to become your future self, you have to move. One more time. You have to move. You're going to have to relocate. So if that is not something that you want to hear, then this is certainly not your pile, because this is, you have to leave your home base. You have to explore. You have to expand, because you are meant to shine. And wherever you are right now, you're very limited. You're surrounded by chaos. You're surrounded by conflict. You're surrounded by all this, now, I don't want to say unnecessary stress, but all of these things that are around you that are distracting you and are actually taking you out of your life force, and you are meant to be stable. So there does seem to be like a new job opportunity that comes in for you that your future self has, but you are meant to take it even if you have to move. Because there is a lot of stress surrounding your inner world right now. It's very, very cloudy, pile number 3. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I just feel like once you move, 3 of Wands, Knight of Wands, the Sun card, once you change homes, literally change homes, you're going to be able to blossom in so many new ways. I will say that your future self is very, very private. Maybe where I'm tuning into them, because this inner world, they're not completely out of the dark yet. So maybe the issue that's going on, it hasn't completely resolved yet, but they just feel a lot freer, and money is coming a lot easier than it has in the past. And so it's alleviating any of the issues that you're experiencing right now. So that's really exciting. But I feel like this... yeah, it's the reinvention. That's what it is. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I was about to say, I feel like whenever you do move, you're starting over scratch. Like, you might know that you have this chaos going on, but on the outside, you're not fazed by it. You are literally being your most creative self, your most creative being. And the thing that's merging this is the Ace of Pentacles, okay? So now let's go ahead and move into your, we might make it. We might make it. Let's move into your oracles. TikTok and a win-win outcome is forecast. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. So this is great. So your future self is telling you that you are actually going to win and overcome whatever obstacle that this is. But I do feel like the first step actually is going to be moving. And with TikTok, I just hear it's a matter of time, pile 3. It is a matter of time before you are offered probably a job opportunity, some sort of work. Something tells me, I don't know, I just got the word like 5,000, 10,000. Something tells me that whatever this job is that you're going to do, it feels like you get the money up front. Like, it feels like an advance of some sort. Like, it's like, okay, I'm going to give you X amount of dollars, but you're going to have to move here. And so it might be a little stressful, because you're like, okay, yeah, I got $5,000, but when do I know when my next $5,000 comes in? Your future self is telling you, do not worry about that. Time is of the essence. When this opportunity comes in, you have to take this opportunity, because it's going to lead you to the win and to the outcome that you're seeking. It's going to give you that balance that you want. For some of you, it could deal with creativity. We have Venus ruled Libra energy here, so that might be a sign for you. But I just feel like my pile number 3 people, sorry that I had to push through this so quickly, but you are going to be offered, your future self is telling you very shortly, very quickly, you're going to get an opportunity to make a big lump sum of money, to move, to relocate, and you should absolutely take it, because that is going to set you off on this magnificent journey. So I definitely feel like a new opportunity is on its way, my pile number 3 people. I definitely feel like a new chapter is starting to unfold for you. And this is a perfect time to reinvent yourself. It almost feels like you're going to a place where no one knows you. You get to change your name. You get to be a different person. You have that Gemini energy or that Virgo energy, so you're all about, doing something new, switching things up. So I just feel like there's another chapter to your story that's unfolding. And so although it seems in your present you're very stressed, and perhaps this future self feels like a couple months out. This future self doesn't feel nearly as far out as the other two piles did. So you might be curious, pile 3, to speak to go click on one of the other two piles, because that'll give you a more long-term future self. And they're different enough that, like, if you pick one or two, then you'll get another set of messages. And this reading was so quick, you might want to double up. But I just feel like for you, this is kind of like an immediate future self that's telling you, hey, big opportunity coming, have potential to move, have potential to start all over again. The issues that are concerning you right now might not be resolved, but there is going to be a key for you to resolve those issues if you take this opportunity, because all the Ace of Pentacles is an opportunity. But the Sun, the Ace of Pentacles, the Three of Wands, chase that bag. Chase that bag. The Hierophant, Ace of Pentacles, Nine of Wands, chase that bag. Okay? So that is what I got for you, pile 3. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am so sorry that I had to blaze through this reading. Please check out the description box below on information on how to follow me on Instagram, follow me on TikTok, follow me on Twitter if you haven't already. Please check out my music, my EP, guys. I worked so hard and I would love to share that with you. I'm going to link that in the description box below. But yes, that's all I got for you. Peace until next time.